Welcome, everyone, to the L7C podcast NFL Offseason Draft Special Edition. The NFL Draft is going to be next week, and we are recording on the 18th of April. So we're going to do a little, get you ready for the draft and talk a little bit about the Ohio State Buckeyes, what's been going on in this little spring. We actually have the Content Tuesday crew with us, the whole crew of Cedric, Byron, and Justin with us. How you guys doing today?
Feeling good. Ready to talk about some football, Ohio State, and the NFL draft.
I'm doing well. Getting a little break from basketball today. Thank God, the goddamn NBA. It never fucking stops. But football's right around the corner. Shit, it'll be August. It'll be training camp before you even know it.
Doing great, man. It's Content Thursday type of day. I like it.
Well, let's quickly talk about the Buckeyes because they did have the spring game and NIL still going crazy. Then we'll go into the NFL draft. So the spring game was on the 13th of April. It was at noon. First spring game that it was on national television. It was Big Noon was there, Fox was there, Urban was there, Brady Quinn, all that. The Scarlet team beat the Gray team 34-33. There was 80,000 people at the spring game. Obviously, people wanting to see what the new quarterbacks would look like, especially Will Howard, and there's still Devin Brown, Aaron Nolan, Ray, Lincoln, and Julian Sand. They all got some time in. And just for people who don't know, scoring in the spring game is the offense. For the offense, while the defense scores points by takeaways, they get 3 points. 3 and outs, they get 3 points. Sacks, 2 points. And forced punts, 1 point. And scoring for the offense is the same. So it's just the offensive unit versus the defensive unit. Byron, resident Buckeye fan.
Yes.
Do you take anything away from the spring game?
I mean, it's good to see who the new people are that you didn't get a chance to play last year. So that's a good thing to look at about the spring game. But I more look at it once they do training camp to see who the starting quarterback is going to be. That's when I really start taking heed.
Fair enough. Cedric, do you care that all the quarterbacks who played went 40 for 63 and had 1 touchdown and 4 picks?
Damn straight I care. I absolutely care. I get it. Our defense is tough, but Lord have mercy.
Yeah, no quarterback looked good.
Lord have mercy. We throwing 4 interceptions as a unit, as a quarterback room. That's what we do.
Yeah. Spring game.
Bro, I understand that reps are light too because everyone got a little bit of touches, so you gotta warm up. But they got warming up enough to throw interceptions. That's not good business.
The one person to have the touchdown is the person who's getting replaced, Devin Brown. So
man came
good
back
for
too.
He coming off injury. This man scored a touchdown. What the everyone else's excuse?
Justin, how about yourself, man? Obviously, you play football, so you've had some of these scrimmages and whatnot before the season begins. What do you take away, if anything, from this?
I mean, you really can't take too much about. I mean, shit, it's a live practice in the fucking spring. These kids have not even even been really into the ringer yet. It's not even the summer yet. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. And typically, early on in camps and stuff, the defense is always better than the offense because the offense got shit to install. And defense, you just running around playing fast, and that shit, it don't take much time to be able to do that. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. But how many quarterbacks are on here? 7?
No, you're right.
6 quarterbacks got play. Yeah, 6 quarterbacks got run. All those niggas ain't going to be competing for the spot. So yeah, it was just good to see them be able to get out there and get some run and see who could potentially be suiting up for the Buckeyes this fall.
I miss how Urban Meyer used to do the spring game. He used to have the top 2 quarterbacks or the 2 best players on the team, best on offense. They used to have a draft.
Mm-hmm.
Like so Urban used to make it pretty competitive. Like, so then of course if you're getting drafted, let's say like I remember his first year, Braxton Miller he had a pick, and obviously one of the best backup quarterbacks in OSU history. Kenny Guyton had a pick. So it's like, all right, Kenny, you got the first pick. All right, I'm gonna take Harris Campbell, or I'm gonna take Carlos Hyde or something like that. So they were allowed to draft like the top people, and that made those games more competitive. Now we just like, oh, offense, defense. But that's just Urban's way. Urban's a different person. But it was just weird that it was on that they wanted this game on national television because Michigan's one was right after ours too, and I didn't really watch that. But I would say for the 80,000 people there, they got great weather, and for some of those people, that's the only game they're going to, so it means something to them because those are the only tickets they don't get priced out.
I think that's what really obviously they get running for the team because practices are limited during this time, but that's what the spring game's for the people who ain't going to be going there when the games count.
Because they were like $5, $10, $15 a ticket, and real tickets are like quadruple that. So they got lucky. They got good weather. Speaking of this team, though, continuing on, man, Byron, the squad is spending some money.
They have spent quite a bit of money this offseason.
Boosters reportedly spent $13 million on NIL to keep this roster. The OSU assistant coaches are getting paid $11.4 million, and Ryan Day is getting paid $10 million. We got a $35-36 million team right now.
Hey, baby.
What's it going to lead to, though? Obviously, we'll have our big preview later during the summer, but we spending a lot of money for someone who hasn't won the Big Ten in 3 years.
I think they did it because if Ryan Day doesn't perform like people are wanting him to, he's probably not going to make it to next season. So they're probably like, all right, we'll give you this, whatever you want to get this team in shape to go against Michigan and all the Pac-12 teams that are coming in. And if you don't do it, that's it.
Gene Smith just came out before we recorded saying that the reason he spent so much money before he's leaving this summer is because he feels bad leaving that the Buckeye team hasn't won the Big Ten in 3 years. So he wanted to go all out on the football team budget before he left.
You couldn't do that 2 years ago or a year ago?
Cedric, you find that funny?
I mean, I find it a little bit humorous. It's just like, we're going to go all out on the football budget. I don't know how. I mean, granted, like boosters go coming in, and more money will definitely come into the program as we get closer and closer to the season. I just think it's hilarious that my man's like on his way out. Yeah, I'm gonna max out the budget.
He feels bad.
I just think that's great.
Justin, anything you want to add to the OSU in the 30 millions right now?
I mean, I would like to see how much every other team is spending just to compare, but that seems like a reasonable amount. I mean, yeah, but I think Ohio State's positioned pretty well, to do something in the Big Ten. You got those Pac-12 teams coming over. Michigan has to replace everyone, and they have a new coach, so there's an excuse. And the playoffs are expanded, so even if they don't win the Big Ten, which isn't an option, they still, if they have top 12 team, are going to be in the playoff and they're going to have a chance. So Ryan Day needs to make sure that he wins the Big Ten and gets into that college football playoff and does something in it. I don't know if he has to win a national title, but you got to be pretty damn close if you want to keep your fucking job. Because I'm being rational. But OSU fans are probably, the real ones are probably thinking natty or bust, which is preposterous, but
my only thing that I would add now, which I was almost all going to say in August when we do the preview, is you already said there's more playoff spots, which you're right. But isn't it more imperative now to win your conference so you get those buys?
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, you don't want to make it harder for you. Yeah, they need to win the Big Ten. Like, haven't won in 3 years, like that's the true expectation, because when you win your conference, good things typically happen. That's the first goal. That's how I was taught in football. My high school too, when we went out there, it was about win the first game and then win the conference, and then whatever came after that was
Oh
whatever.
no, that's high school and college. Even talking with my brother, like if you don't win your conference, then you're not like you got to win your conference. Then when you get to the postseason, anything's possible.
Yeah, it's the easiest path to be in the mix, win the conference. And the Big Ten is, either one of the highest profile conferences in the country, along with the SEC. So if you win that conference, you're in good shape.
Because let's be real, we're gonna have some injuries. Like if we make this, because they're potentially gonna be playing like what 15 to 17 games.
Oh yeah, you need depth. Like this is like if you make it towards the end, like that's a fucking that's an NFL schedule. That's 15, 16, 17 games. That's a decent amount of games played. So yeah, you're definitely gonna need some depth. Motherfuckers are going is next man up. Like everyone needs to be locked in and ready because a lot of people could end up playing for sure with that amount of games. So yeah, I've thought.
Right. Cedric, anything else you wanted to add on the Buckeyes and depth and any of that stuff before we go to the NFL?
No, let's go to the NFL.
All right, Justin, what are we talking about? Who's off seasons? Who's doing what?
Man, I wanted to first talk. Well, what prompted this fucking podcast to begin with was what the Bills were doing. But
hold on. See, you should have told me that before time because I was thinking. Every media person has a team they hate on for good reason. Skip hates on LeBron. Stephen A hates on the Cowboys. I've been the resident Bills hater on this podcast. And Justin knows ever since we started this football one, I've been on the Bills' ass. You have a window. Once Joshua gets those checks, it's over. And now it's over. Justin, I wish you would have told me that earlier. I would have ordered my Bills shirt that I was getting ready to get. I was going to start wearing Bill shirts on Content Tuesdays.
Wow. I thought you would have been able to read my damn mind. I mean,
no, the first time I saw oh no, man.
Nah, so the Bills were the true catalyst of this shit, but the Steelers started off. The Steelers were the ones who fucking started off. They started off the action. Well, actually, no, it was really not even Pittsburgh. It was the Broncos who started this shit because on March 13th, they released Russell Wilson 2 years into a 5-year, $242 million contract. 161.
I'm just wait till we get to the Bills. Go ahead, Justin.
I'm gonna say that again, and Cedric, you let me finish it this time. The Broncos released Russell Wilson 2 years into a 5-year, $242 million contract with $161 million guaranteed. Denver, the next 2 seasons, will be paying this motherfucker $85 million, taking a $53 million cap hit this season. That same day, the Steelers signed Russell Wilson for a league minimum $1.2 million contract. And then 3 days later, the Steelers traded a 2025 6th-round pick. That could be a 4th-round pick if this player plays over 51% of snaps. And they traded for Justin Fields. So the Steelers this offseason said, we need to get quarterback taken care of. We're going to bring over Russell Wilson, and we're going to trade for Justin Fields, and we're going to see how this shakes. And the Steelers, they can pick up the 5th-year option on Justin Fields, so they can have him through next year as well. So Russell Wilson's on a 1-year deal, and Justin Fields could be in Pittsburgh for the next 2 seasons. And they also traded their leading wide receiver Deontay Johnson to the Panthers this offseason. How are we feeling about the Steelers offseason? Their quarterback.
They fleeced the fuck out of these.
They also, they improved their quarterback. They improved their quarterback room because they got rid of Kenny Pickett and Mason.
Yeah, bro.
Rudolph. Even though Rudolph played well for them down the stretch, I mean, he got them. They were in the playoffs, and they had actually a good game against the Bills. But they improved their room. I mean,
listen. Say what you will about Russell Wilson's season last season, but you got Russell Wilson for $2 million.
They got him for $1 million, 1.2.
Statistically, Russell Wilson wasn't even that bad last year.
I know, but you got him for $1.2 million, and then you got another team starting quarterback potentially at best, what, a 4th round draft pick?
Yeah, it'll be a 4th round pick if he plays.
Like, you fucking fleeced these two. Like, what the fuck?
Well, fuck the Bears. Like, the Bears had the first pick, and we all know they're getting Caleb Williams, so you know they weren't going to keep Justin Fields around, which absolutely suppressed his whatchamacallit, his trade value.
Trade value.
Yeah, so that's what, like, the Bears weren't going to get that much of it. I'm a little like, I don't know why the Steelers needed both of them necessarily. Russell Wilson did play better last year, and we'll talk about the Broncos for a little bit. Sean Payton he's tripping low key, but like, if they don't get a quarterback, I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do. But yeah, so they have Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, and both those niggas are like, both niggas trying to play. Justin Fields trying to stay in both these niggas for real trying to stay in the league. So that's gonna be
the Steelers. That was a Justin Fields choice though, like, because I don't know if he ever actually told everyone I think it was 4 teams that he was willing to be traded to, because we know the Steelers was one. I don't know what who the other 3 teams were. I can't imagine there were teams that needed a starting quarterback. Otherwise, he probably would have landed there. Because, I mean, 3 days is 3 days after they get Russell Wilson.
Also, Chicago did them. They did Fields dirty. They waited till everything else settled too, because by the time Fields left, everyone was already taken.
Yeah, everyone was fine. Like, Kirk Cousins got picked up. All those type of guys. Baker resigned all by the time the Bears traded them.
But to your thing, Justin, with the 2, because we were just talking about scheduling and all that, and we're just talking about the Buckeyes. Might as well have 2 and not have 0, man, because we know every year half these starting quarterbacks, someone's going to get hurt for the season. It just is what it is. And if someone gets hurt for the season, maybe you use Justin as a trade piece, or maybe it's Russell who gets hurt. The Steelers just went through all these quarterbacks, and they somehow, for God's however reason, made the playoffs still. Like, you got to have depth, man, because, like, the NFL keeps adding games. People keep getting hurt. Might as well.
Yeah, and the Steelers, like, getting him for 1.2, like, Denver's paying that contract essentially for the next 2 years. So, hey, what can they lose? It's just, hey, fuck it. Like, what we got to lose to take in both of them, and we'll figure out who's the best one. But, like, to talk about Denver a little bit, Sean Payton, and, Sean Payton got Russell Wilson better. Like, it was totally different than 2022. Like, Russell, like, Sean Payton made him, like, a decent quarterback, like a starting caliber NFL quarterback you can win games with. And they're going into the season with Jarrett Stidham as the starting quarterback, and we all know that ain't it. So unless they trade up, and right now they're picking 12th in the draft, they have to draft a quarterback in the draft. After trading Russell Wilson and Sean Payton essentially staking his career on, I need someone other than Russell Wilson to get the job done here.
Well, we're going to have to wait and see, because this is the same Sean Payton and them who told Russell Wilson to sit down when the Broncos were actively in the playoff hunt.
Yeah, that was... I still don't get that. Like, don't you want to
pay him?
Which is...
They didn't want to pay him. Like Justin said, Wilson's like, oh, well. Even though they were in there, and then they're like, you know what, we don't want to pay him, and don't want him here next year, so we're basically going to tank.
I mean, what's the there's the projections and some of the...
You got the projections up, Justin?
Oh, the mock drafts?
The mock drafts are saying what, Bo Nix at 12?
Yeah, if they stay there, they can potentially trade up. I have PFF, one of the dudes on PFF said that the Broncos would trade up to 3 from New England, which they need a fucking quarterback too. So I don't know why they would fucking trade that pick.
Oh, hell no.
Right.
Trade up to 3 and draft Jaden Daniels, because in that mock draft they had Washington taking JJ McCarthy, which we'll talk about later. But the one mock draft I did look up had Denver moving up, and then another one that I saw while I was watching NFL Network had I think it was Bo Nix at 12.
I mean, I don't know how that man's going to translate, but
It's all
Because
right.
they don't have Jerry Jeudy, right? So what are their weapons?
No.
They traded.
he went to the Browns.
Receivers too.
They still have Cortland Sutton, right?
Yeah, Cortland Sutton. They still got KJ Hamler. He was hurt last year.
Oh yeah, we're naming some great people to stake a career on.
It's
I'm just saying. We're just
That's what I'm saying. Like,
saying.
that's why I was like, I don't know what they're like. Even if you get the quarterback that you want, like, there's so much work to be done.
It is, but they need to get a fucking quarterback. Like
You're
that's
right.
where
But they don't have
that's where
money to
fucking
get
starts.
anything else.
You're right.
They paying Russell Wilson. The cap's going to go up. The starting quarterback that they do get's going to be on a league minimum. They'll be fine.
Yeah, in the long run, as long as everyone stays healthy,
This year, no.
And the
I mean,
Bills,
listen, I'm saying like they gave what Russ was there 1 year,
2 years.
2 years.
Uh-huh.
That's a lot of fucking money for just 2 years, and you still paying the man. Or do you know, Justin? You're the moniker of this all. You hate that guaranteed money shit.
yeah, they should guarantee all the fucking contracts if you ask me. But the NFL ain't never gonna do that shit.
Yeah, because you see shit like this, and you see shit like a boy in Cleveland guaranteeing money, and he can't even take you to the playoffs.
Has he played a full year at Cleveland?
No.
Okay, didn't think so.
And he's about to be in that third year of that guaranteed 3 years. So
He don't give a damn. He making money, so
Right.
all right, Justin. You know what, Justin? Now it's the Billies. The Billies.
Here we go.
You handle this. I'm gonna get out the way for you because this is your nemesis.
Oh yeah. First off,
fuck
as
your bitch
everyone
and then
knows,
click your claim.
the Bills. We're talking all this trash. If we get Kansas City, I gotta give you the recap. If we get Kansas City in Buffalo, we are going to beat them. They got Kansas City in Buffalo. Justin and I both picked the Bills because they had to do it. It was their last chance. And they lost. And then when they lost, Diggs, he's tired of Joshua. Joshua's about to get paid half the team's salary. So first, they lose Mr. Inconsistent Gabe Davis, second best wide receiver. He can be very explosive, but he's very inconsistent. He's out of there. Then, what was it, 2-3 weeks ago? Stephon Diggs, he gets traded not even to a bummy team in the NFC, which smart teams do. You trade your people out of the conference so you don't have to play him to like the Super Bowl. You trade him to someone who's going to take your spot in the AFC, the Houston Texans. Now the Houston Texans are loaded, and Josh Allen, his best weapon is Kincaid. That is where we're at right now with the Texans. Not only did they lose offensive pieces, they've also let some of their defensive players go too. Josh Allen is getting paid like $50 million, and his team is about to be dog shit ass. Because they had this window, lost to Kansas City every time, lost to Cincinnati every time. What's wrong with the Bills? Are the Bills really good? Yada, yada, yada. And now here we are. They have no team besides Joshua. And now he's going to sit there. And for those apology people who are like, oh, Joshua's going to show us how good he is with no weapons. If he couldn't win with weapons, you think he's going to win without weapons? Come on now. Y'all about to sit there 9-8, miss the playoffs, get it over with. All I got to say. Anyone else?
Yeah, the Bills are definitely going to fall back. They'll still be in the mix, I think. I don't think they're a Super Bowl contender anymore, but
you think they're going to make the playoffs?
They'll be in the mix. They'll be in the mix for it.
I said 9-8.
Yeah, they'll be in the mix. I'm not sure. The Jets might be coming. The Jets might.
And that's one spot. Okay, we can do this right now.
Kansas City maybe
in. Ravens in. Healthy Bengals in. The godforsaken don't know how GOAT Mike Tomlin. He's probably getting in. So that's another spot. The Browns, if they're healthy, they're going to be better than the Bills. So they're going to take that spot. I'm saying, man.
The whole AFC North in?
Hey, they've gotten 3 in these past couple of years.
I know, but that's a brave man. They all going to walk.
If you look at the AFC North, all their teams actually are pretty hard.
I know, but it's just like, damn. Like, my man is like, in.
I'm just saying, man. Houston in. Now I gave up on Jacksonville. They've embarrassed me too much. They're
How
terrible.
many playoff spots you giving up?
I mean, there's 7 spots.
There's 7 spots.
Yeah, I don't think like
teams.
Oh yeah, one of them can't be in, but these are the ones I'm putting in before Buffalo. Unless Joshua just really just.
What about the
plays like
Dolphins?
That's true.
They
the
need
Dolphins
spring weather
could win the
all
division.
year.
I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
you forgot the Chargers too. Forgot the Chargers.
They have no weapons.
Jimmy Boy, Jim Harbaugh need no weapons.
Oh,
excuse me?
That nigga is bringing Michigan ball up there. What you mean?
Oh,
They're running the rock. They're going to run the ball.
with Mr. ACL tear every year, J.K. Dobbins.
Well.
Yeah, they just signed him today or yesterday?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow.
They really gave up Keenan Allen, who had a record year for himself. And they asked this man after he had his best year ever to take a pay cut. He's like, "Are you kidding me? Who fucking does business like that?" And they lost Bro, they lost everybody.
Hey, the
Williams,
Chargers.
yeah.
The Chargers are in an interesting position because they need offensive line help, but they're also in perfect range to draft a game breaking receiver, Marvin Harrison Jr. or Malik Neighbors of that type. So it'll be interesting to see, similar to how the Bengals and
Or the dude from Washington.
Romeo and Dunze?
Roma Dunze, but I don't think he's gonna go. I don't think he's gonna go top 10.
I don't think so.
What were the Chargers pick?
They actually have them projected at 10 to go to the Jets.
To the Jets?
I see mocks with them getting. I see mocks with them. The Jets getting Brock Bowers.
Oh boy!
Yes.
Hey!
Yeah, Brock Bowers. But yeah, the AFC is a fucking meat grind. That shit's gonna be tough. But point of the story is the Bills are going to be fight to get into the playoffs. That shit ain't guaranteed. And shit, they had to fight last year with all those guys. And just how Martin said,
they had to win every game for a month and a half. If they lost one of them, they would have been out.
You know what? They did that. They did that. But it's definitely Josh Allen. It's going to be different this season because the team's going to be a lot younger, and Josh Allen's going to have to start pulling shit out his ass a lot more often to be able to will that team into the playoffs. It is going to be tough because, like you said, Kansas City ain't going no fucking where. The Chargers are coming. The Browns were a playoff team last year. The Ravens are going to be pissed off after the way they went out in the playoffs last season.
Houston.
The Bengals are in perfect position to make a run because they finished last in the AFC North, so they got a last place schedule. So they ain't gonna beat
the Chiefs,
and they hate the fucking Chiefs. So you got all that going on, and you got Josh Allen in Buffalo with no weapons at the moment. But it's a deep receiver draft, so they're going to get some young guys in. We'll see, but it's definitely a reset type of year for the Bills for sure.
That even with if Aaron even lasts the whole year, like Aaron to Garrett Wilson's about to be crazy.
Yeah,
well,
if he lasts,
I was gonna say, well, that needs to be out there.
I'm very interested to see what the Jets do. I need to see Aaron Rodgers. We were robbed of seeing what the Jets were going to do last season, and the Jets won a decent amount of games with no fucking quarterback last year. So you get someone competent in there, ain't no telling what they can do. And hopefully Aaron Rodgers ain't totally washed so we can get that.
Yeah, even that game he got hurt in the first 75 seconds, they won on a walk-off against the Bills.
They won some bullshit. That was bullshit.
We've come full circle.
All right, Justin, tell us right now. We putting healthy money on the Texans making the Super Bowl.
Ooh. We'll see. I have a CJ Stroud MVP ticket. I do.
Same.
I do. I was sipping the Kool-Aid once he got Diggs, but the Texans got Diggs now. They got my nigga Tank Dell, Nico Collins. They signed in addition to them, they got some defensive firepower with Daniil Hunter and Nico Autry, who had 11.5 sacks last year.
You got Mixon in the backfield now.
Joe Mixon and running back. That's
my god,
guy I forgot about. Texans are here. The Texans are here. They're going to be favored to win their dog shit ass division. Tennessee's a non-factor in that. Jacksonville will bounce back a little bit. They're not going to be as shitty as they were last season. And
Colts are interesting because they were in a win in your in game literally against the Texans
without their starting quarterback.
Yeah, the Colts are a decent football team too. We get to see Anthony Richardson
again.
Yeah, off injury. So I'm intrigued to see what they do. The AFC is tough. There's not too many dog shit teams in the AFC. Like off the top of my head, the only really dog shit. I have the Raiders in my head. The Raiders. Oh man, Tennessee. Tennessee.
Broncos. Yep.
Broncos are fucking ass.
It's great. Two of the ass teams are where the Super Bowl champions are. It's so fantastic.
Yeah, that's about it. Everyone else in the AFC, they're in the mix to get a playoff spot.
But I mean, Houston's smart. They're doing what every team does. Like they saw what CJ did his rookie year, went to the playoffs, and they're like, okay, we have this window before we have to pay him. Let's go for it. That's what you do. I don't remember the last team to win when they had like their quarterback being the highest paid person in the league. It just don't happen like that. You don't have enough cap space.
It's coming for the Chiefs too. It's coming.
But he keeps pushing his shit back.
It is fucking coming. Once Travis Kelce retires, that's when Patrick Mahomes is going to get the real NFL fucking experience. Because having Travis Kelce in that middle is such a nice security blanket for him.
And Andy Reid as a coach.
And Andy Reid as a coach.
And your defense has Chris Jones, so you know you're going to get the ball back.
I mean, it masks the fact, like, Patrick Mahomes is so good anyway, but having Travis Kelce there makes it possible so you can have their dog shit receiving corner and still win the Super Bowl.
He has more rings without Tyreek Hill than he did with Tyreek.
Well,
I'm crazy. I'm just saying, it's like...
He's like that, bro.
I don't know. I agree. It's wild that, again, we said it's like Patriot shit 2.0, that the champs are in the worst division in the AFC. So they're already going to get a top seed. They'll get home field more than likely. And we're in a twilight zone.
I think the Chargers are going to give them some problems next year.
You believe in Jimmy. I know you believe in Jimmy.
I do. Hey, Jim Harbaugh, everywhere he goes, he wins. Simple as that.
We know.
Everywhere he goes, he wins. He eventually turned that shit around at Michigan, too.
No, you're right. And he did with San Francisco. I mean, he took Colin Kaepernick to the Super Bowl. And if it wasn't for the lights turning off in the middle of the freaking game, he might have been champion. No, you're right.
I'm just saying, don't sleep with the Chargers. You know how the fucking NFL goes. It ain't season to season where the same teams are eating. You know this.
I'm just saying they don't got
Some of these teams from last year will not make the playoffs. It happens every single year.
Oh, it's just their weapons are poo.
They'll find. Justin Herbert's like that. You have.
Is he?
I think he. I'm not.
But no quarterback who gives them a 30-point lead in the playoffs is like that. I do not want to hear that.
Man, that's coaching. I'm not going. I cannot put all that on Justin Herbert. I'm sorry.
Was he throwing the ball?
I am fucking sorry. I can't put it on Justin Herbert when you pull a 30-point lead.
Was he playing?
The Jacksonville, which is fucking horrible.
Was he playing?
We have to give Justin Herbert a chance with Jim Harbaugh, legit coach. The same shit with fucking Trevor Lawrence when fucking Urban was coaching in year one, and you saw what he did his sophomore year, and then fucking fell off the face of the earth last season. But that's besides the point. That doesn't help me. That doesn't help my point, right? but we are honest. We be honest. We're honest.
I'm just saying. This is shout out to Mike Tannenbaum, who always picks Justin Herbert to win MVP. You keep losing that check, buddy.
I'm not picking him to win.
No, that's Mike Tannenbaum. ESPN loves him. Well, Justin, you put down your NFC East rivals on here because they've had a busy offseason. The Eagles.
Yeah, man, they've been they've been doing some things. First, I gotta say, good career, Jason Kelsey. Happy retirement. I'm glad you're fucking going as a Cowboys fan.
But yeah, he kind of fucked up my pick'em sheet, but that's okay, wrestling terms. But it's all right.
But the Eagles,
that nigga's
they picked up.
Okay,
they got some help on defense signing Devin White linebacker and safety CJ Gardner-Johnson from the Lions. They also signed one of the best running backs in the league, Saquon Barkley. Picked him up. They also have former Chargers and Cowboys OC Kellen Moore. He's a good offensive coordinator.
I'm nervous.
I expect the Eagles to bounce back in the big way after the way they went out in the season last year, and Nick Sirianni being in Philly, and those motherfuckers are goddamn relentless. And you can just see by the way they handle the offseason that they're always aggressive. They're always looking to make a move or make a change and just to get better. So I definitely think the Eagles we're not going to see a week 10 and after collapse like we did last year with the Eagles. Cedric, how do you feel? This is your team and all.
Man, CJ Gardner-Johnson, that's nice. Welcome back. Still remember you talking that shit. So if you get smoked, I'm on your head. Nick Sirianni, this is it. This is all it is, my guy. If it don't work, I know where the root of the problem is.
Well, he got his hotel at Cancun ready.
Oh, he gone. Bounce that nigga. He out. If we listen, like just said the week. I don't know. I don't even know. I would pay lifetime savings to just be in the room. I don't even need to say anything. I just want to hear the shit that was said those last 6 weeks of the regular season, because I don't know how you go 10 straight to then that. Like, what was being said? Who was saying what? What was happening? I don't know. All I can blame is
down the stretch. One game.
All I can blame is coaching, because the roster didn't change really. It wasn't like we were out here playing like mega teams. We made it through. Like, we knew what the hard part of the season. Shit, we beat the Chiefs
and the Bills on a walk-off. Just saying.
Anytime they fucking lose,
Martin's there. But it's like, I don't know, man. Like, it's just I hope this works. I really do. I'm not greedy. I don't need a Super Bowl. I got mine in 2018. I was cool. I was there. I almost went to Philly. I almost burned a light pole or two. That doesn't matter. I just say, don't let us collapse and be embarrassing like that. That's all I ask.
Is AJ Brown gonna be a hoe again?
Probably, but it's fine.
Okay. They just extended Devin Smith a couple days ago.
I love that move.
Devontae,
I love that move.
Shout out to Devontae Smith.
I mean, shoot, y'all remember when I was crying for an Alabama receiver? I was like, we finally got one. Pay the nigga shit. Fuck it, he was there. He showed up to work.
I will say, AJ Brown was being a hoe for the end of the season.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
I will not deny that. But fucking, he had like a 3-week stretch where he was the fucking best receiver in the league.
He did. He had 125, 3 straight games.
3 straight games. Yes. That's why I don't know how the fuck we just oh man, never mind. Look, all I gotta say is I'm gonna have faith in Kellen Moore and pray that this works out. I'm skeptical because I saw the shit he did in Dallas, and I don't know if that was a Dak or a head coaching situation or what the fuck was going on that caused that to break down. And saw the shit that he tried in San Diego or Los Angeles. And I don't know. All I know is this: I don't need Nick Sirianni being hype up, bro. Like, he was ass at the end of the season. Don't be hype now.
That's a perfect segue bringing up the Cowboys, because the Cowboys are next, and Justin, y'all haven't done a damn thing.
We haven't done a fucking thing.
Y'all niggas is worrying me.
Y'all still on vacay?
Man, Jerry, I think something's going on. Is Jerry healthy? Is Jerry okay?
Gary is worried about Arkansas basketball right now.
But, brother.
He is worried about fucking Arkansas basketball.
Him and the Tyson Chicken Man.
Yes, but these motherfuckers ain't do a thing except sign Chargers linebacker Eric Kendricks to reunite him with new DC Mike Zimmer, former head coach of the Minnesota Vikings. Dak has a $55 million cap hit this year, so it's make or break for him. That's the reason why they did nothing. You still got to sign CD. You still have to sign Michael Parsons. Trayvon Diggs is already locked up. So we just got to see after 3 straight 12-5 seasons. I feel a little bounce back is coming. I feel like a little bounce back is coming. And Cowboys might be looking for a new quarterback in the 2025 offseason.
How big a bounce back can you have if you have 3 straight 12 wins? So what are you looking for, like 14-3?
He's looking to last in the playoffs a little bit longer.
Oh, the playoff bounce back. Okay.
No, I mean like I said that wrong. Step back.
Step back.
Yeah,
okay.
step back.
I was going to say, how do you have a bounce back from 12-5?
Yeah, no. I expect a little step back because the offense we got reshuffle the offensive line. Tyler Biadasz Center's gone. Tyron Smith, who didn't fucking play ever, is gone. He's with the Jets now, so that's their problem to deal with now. But he's a Hall of Famer when he fucking plays, so hopefully he stays healthy for them. But yeah, we gotta see. And Dak, say what you want about him. He has a high floor. He has gotten us to consistently being 12-5 and in the mix regular season wise. It's just when he gets into the playoffs, man, he fucking forgets how to play football sometimes. Big games too.
Everything goes to shit. This happens.
I mean, y'all gonna be okay? Is everyone cool with Micah Parsons again now? I saw 2 weeks ago y'all weren't happy with him for some reason.
I don't have a problem with Michael Parsons. I don't worry about what these niggas be doing off the field, man. As long as you show up on Sunday, I don't care.
I was hoping that's all upset him enough and y'all fumble that bag again just one more time because I fucking hate Micah Parsons on your team.
Well, it also doesn't help too that the Cowboys have CD because all these little wide receivers are playing ring around the rosy and nobody wants to sign first.
I'm telling you right now, like I think receiver is going to end up being like quarterback pretty soon. Like the way college just brings in fucking receivers now, like this draft next week, huge receiver draft. You're going to see multiple rookie receivers this season make an impact. And I think the wave's going to be, franchise tag, let these niggas walk and have someone else pay these motherfuckers. If you can consistently keep getting players from the draft that can come in and effectively pick up some of the slack.
I agree. Before we go to the draft, since they weren't on here, but you got to ask, Byron, y'all haven't done shit either.
They got Chase Young.
We had Chase Young and what was the other guy's name from the Chiefs?
L'Jarius Sneed. I think
Byron's looking at
Willie. Is it Willie Gay that we just signed?
Who?
Willie Gay used to play for the linebacker for the Chiefs. I think that was the one we just picked up. But no, we haven't done shit this free agency.
What y'all gonna draft this year? Like, you gonna get a quarterback?
Probably not. We just signed Nathan Peterman over the offseason. That was our quarterback splash.
Justin, how is Nathan Peterman still in the league?
Good question, but I'm telling you, this is the Saints' problem, which could very soon be the Cowboys' problem. These niggas never committed to fucking rebuilding. They just always tried to stick around and be in the mix. They never just said, fuck it, we need to fucking rebuild and tear this shit down, get younger and get some new players in. And that's the problem. Like, once the Saints fucking decide that Derek Carr ain't fucking it, fucking Michael Thomas ain't it, Alvin Kamara.
They released Michael Thomas over the offseason.
Yeah, he don't got a job right now.
Good. Fuck that nigga. Sorry, but fuck that nigga.
Yeah, they're starting to get it together, but yeah, like that's what the Saints need to do. But their division is so fucking dog shit. Like, if you keep a good enough team, you can get to the playoffs every year. But They need a new quarterback. Like we all know Derek Carr ain't it. The Saints just need to commit to rebuild and take the L for a few years, and then they'll be back. Then they can start making some progress. But what they're doing right now is just not it.
Agreed. With now Kirk Cousins, Justin's favorite quarterback in Atlanta. So
I mean, Falcons might win the division.
Watch out for the Falcons.
They could win the division. They could.
I'm running that bet back.
Him and Baker, the two best quarterbacks in that division.
Baker, shout out to Baker.
Oh yeah, shout out to Baker. Playoff win
3-year
too.
deal. Fuck, that's my nigga too.
New father Baker too.
Hey,
that's true.
Watch out for Tampa. Mike Evans re-signed your boy.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, sir. My God, he just came in the league 1K yards every year like it's nothing.
I'm telling you, we're gonna pick a woozy team on this podcast this fall, and I either might stick with the Falcons again, or I might go with Tampa. Never know.
Oh man, Justin, man, draft's coming up. How come the Bears just went all in for Caleb Williams right when they kicked Justin Fields out, getting him all these weapons? Like I would have liked to see Justin Fields with Keenan Allen, and like they just got him all these weapons.
Fresh rookie contract.
Yep.
Fresh rookie contract. Generational talent, generational talent. Fucking, they signed DeAndre Swift, Gerald Everett, Keenan Allen already have DJ Moore. Watch out for the Bears. If Caleb Williams is as good as everyone fucking says he is, like they can fuck around win that division. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, Detroit ain't going to be as good as they were last year. They're going to slip up a little bit. Green Bay's there. We have Chicago, and then Minnesota. They're drafting a quarterback too. So everything's in front of the Bears, and they have a loaded team on paper that can move the ball. Finished to close out the season last 6 games 4-2. Watch out for the Bears.
Justin, how do we always have these generational talents when a generation is 15 to 20 years and we have a generational talent every year? It makes no sense because a generational talent is supposed to be only one in every 20 years.
Justin, I got you. Well, how long is this generation, though? It's 15 to 20 years, but how many people are born in that 15 to 20 years? So that's what they mean by a generational talent. When you look at percentage of the growth of the people that are brought into this world, that's what they mean. You could have, theoretically, 5 individuals who are special, because you know the generation of miracles, Byron, from anime.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. They're all in the same year, but there's like 6 of them.
They're my map for my mouse.
Exactly. There were 6 of them people. They're all the same age. It's possible. They all came in the same year.
Yeah.
So you can have a generational talent, more than one in a generation.
Which now thinking of those statistics is absolutely absurd. Because I'm like, damn, Cedric probably knew I was going to ask that. Like, like a whole detailed answer ready.
He was ready.
I'm just saying, like, God damn, bro, we just called Trevor this 2 years ago.
Well,
and it was
before that,
true.
Andrew Luck. I'm like, damn, bro.
It was true.
Andrew,
and that big gap. I'll play this. You say from Trevor to Andrew, like that's a bigger gap, though.
That one's a bigger gap. But Andrew was hard, and Trevor's he's good.
Hey man, Caleb Williams is too.
Mm-hmm.
Caleb Williams is. Why are you out on this, man?
Martin, I'm going to take a guess of why. Oh. You tell me if I'm wrong.
Because it's a Lincoln Riley product?
No, I was going to say is that it was that moment in the bleachers.
Man, USC is annoying. Fuck them. Continue on, Justin.
I can't wait for content Tuesday to talk about Quinn.
Oh my God. Don't continue with the draft before I really get off topic.
I mean,
don't get me wrong. Caleb Williams is good. He is good.
Caleb Williams is good. Give him that NFL talent, give him that NFL coaching, get him in structure, and he will be fine. But what I really want to talk about is, will JJ McCarthy be the second quarterback taken?
Well, this is
I mean,
every year, not trying to be every year, some random white quarterback, it just shoots through the ranks every year. And it's
I can't-
JJ's turn.
I can't say he's a random white quarterback though, Martin. He just won a championship.
I know, but
Right.
before that, no one had him in like the first round, and now
I
we're
know.
now we're
but,
number
like,
2.
But this isn't Will Levis.
That's true.
Oh, Willie puts mayonnaise in his coffee.
That is foul. But that's his own separate.
I would say this ain't Zach Wilson, because Zach Wilson. He magically became better than Justin Fields when he was supposed to be the next Patrick Mahomes, and he is.
Yeah.
Remember those drafts, and the Jets fell for it. They took him number 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
It didn't work out. I don't know.
Daniel Jones over Dwayne Haskins, and now look at that. Daniel
Yep.
Jones, this is his last chance.
Yeah.
What you mean? He getting replaced.
Well, that is actually true.
Daniel Jones, he's decent.
He's decent, but
he can run.
You saw what
That's
happened
it.
when he didn't have Saquon. He wasn't shit.
Yeah, he's decent, and he got fucking hurt. I mean, there's a game last season where Daniel Jones no bullshit got like sacked like fucking 7 times.
Oh yeah, the line's terrible. But
oh yeah, I mean, but like he been in that organization for how long? You make it sound like that line was good though. Like
it's hard to win when you don't have weapons.
True.
But then you picked Daniel. You paid Daniel Jones instead of Saquon, and here we are. So
I love it. It was a great decision. Never changed.
But Justin, to your thing with JJ McCartney, man, it is kind of crazy because all college year it was really Caleb Williams, Drake May, and then you threw in Jaden Daniels when he won the Heisman. You're like, all right, now Jaden Daniels, those 3, and you still got Michael Penix there, which we've not talked about. Bo Nix, that's already 5, and then
it wasn't until like the last 40 games, right?
Yeah. And then the whatchamacallit. And then we're not even talking about he's a big risk, but coming off of injury, the Florida State quarterback.
Jordan Travis is like he's projected like a day 3 pick.
Hey, and he got hurt, but then that might be a day 3 steal for somebody.
I think Penix is the real steal.
He's the steal. I don't know how we. Even though I still think he shouldn't want a Heisman, that's a whole different conversation for another day. But he's just there and he's steal. So McCarthy has just risen up, and I don't know how and why. But like Cedric said, he was the last quarterback standing. But here we are. Just years ago, I said, is Mac Jones even really that much better than Kyle Trask? And Mac Jones got drafted in the first round, and now he's done.
Who's Kyle Trask?
He was a quarterback of Florida a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
He was not that good, but I never thought Mac Jones was that good. That's why I said, is he really that much better?
Byron, you asked the right question.
I mean, I can see why McCarthy's moving up. I mean, he's decent size. He can throw.
He can move.
He's fast. He's fast.
He can move, but man, Michigan was so stacked, and just the way they played, they didn't have him doing shit.
No.
They did not have him doing shit. And I get the flaws with Drake May as well, but he's even bigger than McCarthy, has a better arm than McCarthy. And
he was on a shittier team than McCarthy. He was fucking leading that North Carolina team.
Yeah, on a shittier team. I mean, he made some fucking bonehead mistakes. I watched a little bit of film, and he made some shit throws, but you get in the NFL, they're going to be good coaching. I just don't get how JJ McCarthy has moved up so much. I mean, I can get it, a late first round pick, but a top 5 pick, I mean, it's ridiculous.
Not even top 5, top 2.
Yeah, I mean, him being a top 5 pick is patently ridiculous, but we just gotta wait. We just gotta wait and see. I'm very interested to see what Washington does. I'm interested to see if the Patriots does. I will be fucking dumbfounded if this trade that I saw if the Patriots trade out of that 3rd pick and don't get a quarterback. I'll be dumbfounded.
Because you got we already named those people. You also, who I also talked to, who's asked, Spencer Rattler is there.
I forgot about him.
Joe Milton the third from Tennessee's there.
Yep.
Sam Hartman, Baby Tua. I mean, there's some people in there. Some 3rd, 4th A people, but hey, you might get a steal. Man, but we're gonna find out next Thursday.
Yeah, and OSU faithful, how'd y'all feel about Marvin Harrison Jr. opting out of all draft activities, saying fuck at all. Y'all
I
watched the
didn't.
film. Y'all know what the fuck I'm about.
I didn't because now Neighbors is now people are like, man, they're really like they're like you could take Neighbors and be fine. I think he should have did something.
He should have.
Like one thing.
Hey, Neighbors
ran that 40 and everyone's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
Who was the guy that got hurt running the 40? Because he ran a 4.2 as well, just like Worthy, but Worthy didn't get hurt.
That's actually good. Because Neighbors Pro Day just put his shit on the map.
He should have done a pro day, but not the combine. Because that's a lot of shit.
Mm-hmm. I think Neighbors. I mean, I think Marvin Harrison right away is going to be good in the NFL. Like, he definitely has a higher floor. But if Malik Neighbors reaches his full potential, we potentially looking at another like dynamic Tyreek Hill type of player. Malik Neighbors can
don't forget Brian Thomas from LSU too.
Yeah, Brian Thomas too. So if Malik Neighbors can like reach his full potential, he could be the best receiver out of all of them. But Marvin Harrison Jr. is going, whoever drafts him is going to come in and have a productive NFL receiver day one.
It's a good thing he's going to Kyler Murray.
Yeah, I was going to say his projection to go to the Cardinals right now.
And that's exactly what Kyler Murray needs.
When Kyler Murray had a good wide receiver, he was making the playoffs.
Yeah. When Kyler Murray has a good receiver, he's a pretty good quarterback.
Yeah.
They still got Hollywood Brown?
I think he went to the Chiefs.
Maybe.
Hollywood Brown ain't a one. He's not a go-to.
No,
he's not a go-to.
I ain't saying a one, but Hollywood Brown as a 2 was okay in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I do think the steal of the draft, I think it's going to be Brock Bowers. Like a good team is going to get Brock Bowers. Like the Bengals could get him if things fell their way.
No way.
They should.
No way.
You think? Because what is
they'll have to trade up. They're at 18. There's no way.
Oh, they're 18?
Yeah, there's no way.
I thought they were higher than higher isn't.
I don't think he's going to get past. I don't think he's going to get past the Jets. Honestly,
he should not because I think he might be the third best player in the whole draft.
Yeah, Brock Bowers will be a top 15 pick. The Bengals do need a tight end. Mm-hmm. They'll have to trade up.
All right. Justin, winners and losers time.
It is winners and fucking losers time.
All right. Well, who wants to go first?
I'll start. Fucking loser yesterday. Actually, I got 2 losers. I got the fucking Sixers because they were just stressing me out the entire game. They were stressing me out the fucking entire game. They were up early, and then when I got home from the gym, these niggas were down by like 15, and then Nicholas Batum went the fuck off, and they somehow won the game. But just being in a fight like that with the goddamn Miami Heat, I fucking hate that Miami Heat. I cannot stand that goddamn team. I want them to go away. Go Bulls tomorrow. Fuck all the bullshit. I'm so sick of the fucking Heat. I'm sick of the Hawks. God, I cannot. Hawks are fine. Fucking Trae Young. I'm so sick of him. The Lakers better not fall for it and trade for him. I heard Kyle Hurd talking about it earlier today. Don't fucking do it, LeBron. You don't want this nigga around. Trash. Don't play.
Trae Young.
Doesn't play defense. Overrated shooter. Enough is enough with fucking Trae Young. I've quite frankly had enough of that man. Enough.
Is this time he tells you that New York Spider-Man to be saying fuck Trae Young?
Can't stand this nigga, man. I swear to God, I can't. And then winners, Nicholas Batum. I mean, first time scoring over 20 in like 8 fucking years. Like, thank you for coming through, making sure the Heat don't do this. And then my other winner, Kobe White. It would have been Zion Williamson if he didn't get hurt. I don't know how the fucking Pelicans are going to fare without him because in that Lakers game, he was the only reason why they were in that game. But Kobe White last night, 40-burger in the play-in. Bulls might make a playoffs. They might be the team that gets their ass beat by the Celtics. And for them, that'll be good after how their season went, dealing with all those injuries. No Zach LaVine. I think that'll be a good consolation prize for them to beat the Miami Heat and get them out my lives and get swept by the Celtics. Winners and losers for me.
Byron.
Actually, was going to choose Kobe White for my winner. That man went off last night. 40. I think I ended up with like 42 or 44 points. So let me choose a different winner. From our losers, I'll go. I'm gonna say the Pelicans. I'm gonna say the Pelicans because they lost Zion Williamson for tomorrow's matchup against the I forget who they're playing on. Kings.
Yep.
Yeah, Kings tomorrow. So that's a huge loss for them because the man just dropped 40. In the playing game, lost to the Lakers, but I'll say losers, just the Pelicans for that Zion Williamson loss. Winner, I'm gonna say. I know we just did this podcast yesterday. I'm just gonna say WrestleMania weekend.
Okay.
Look at this man,
Cedric.
One, I didn't know how this turned into the NBA pod. This is wild.
Oh, winners and losers. You can pick anything and anywhere.
Is anything. It's any and everything. It's
any and everything. I could pick politics.
Yes, I created winners and losers. Is my space for us to talk about whatever the fuck we want with no constraints. No constraints in the NFL, no constraints to OSU football, no constraints to anime, no constraints to WWE. Just talk about whatever the fuck you want to. Winners and losers.
Well, I mean, losers, honestly, Klay Thompson.
Oh,
that's a good one.
Here we go.
This nigga, how you go 0 for 10 in the fucking play-in?
Yes.
0 from 6 from 3. No point. You ain't scored no points.
Cardio game.
Like, what the fuck is this basketball?
With your season on the line.
Not to mention, my guy talks some of the most shit.
Mm-hmm.
And what was that old take? We're better than Showtime Lakers.
Mm-hmm. He said
his bitch ass can't score no points in 32 minutes. That's my loser.
I got another winner, Jordan Poole, because that nigga was so happy watching that shit at home in DC. He was like,
"Oh man,
should have kept me. Should have paid me."
Oh my gosh! You got a winner, Cedric?
I mean,
or winners?
My winner, and I'm gonna fuck it. I'm gonna say the Oklahoma City Thunder and Shea because clinching that 1 seed. I don't want to say like, oh, they're going very deep into the playoffs, but I will tell you what, they have come a fucking long way. Coming close to a lot of times and not getting it done, but they finally got the fucking 1 seed. Good job finishing out the season strong.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it. That's all I got.
Man, Byron, I'm surprised you didn't call out Shannon Sharp.
I'll just let the Thunder, go out there and play on my birthday, Sunday night, 9:30 p.m. against to be determined. It's probably going to be the Kings, which that's going to be a tough game because I think we traded the series with the Kings this year, so we'll see.
Right.
We'll see.
All right, I got 3 winners, 2 losers. I'm gonna start with the winners. Number 1, the Ohio State women's basketball. Shout out to JC Sheldon being a top 5 pick. I thought she'd go 6 or 7. She went 5. Celeste went 15. Sheldon's the first top 5 pick from OSU since Kelsey Mitchell, who was second in the scoring all time before Caitlin Clark. My second winner, Caitlin Clark, getting a $10 to $20 million deal from fucking Nike, which is absurd. Like, she don't even have to take those. Those game checks are about to be passive income because she's getting that Nike money plus all of her other stuff. Like that is wild. I had one more winner, but I'll figure that out who it was. Back to now losers. Number one, it's got to be Michael Porter Jr.'s little brother. The dumbassness of this man is out of this world. Brother, you are making $2 million playing, and you gave that all up for $21,000 in profit in gambling. You are a fucking idiot. And they banned your ass for life. And then the fact that you were betting on your own team and yourself, and you would not take shots because it would fuck up your over and unders is absolute. That is prideless. Like, you have to be fucking. Why don't you go? If you're gonna bet on the NBA, go bet on someone else. Don't bet on your goddamn self. You have people trying to feed their fucking families, and people are getting cut. Like, damn. I wonder why Porter didn't take that wide open layup. Oh yeah, he needed one more assist for his over to hit, and then he was telling the fucking bookies. Then the bookies ratted him out to the fucking feds, so their shit got froze. Whoever was doing the Porter shit, who he was working with, what a fucking idiot. You might as well hop on your brother's podcast and you better go fucking interview Alexis Texas and Lana Rhodes, since that's the shit your brother wants to interview. So, and then the other loser. I'm getting sick of this motherfucker. Tony Khan. Listen, the fact that you went on yesterday.
Oh, I'm in fucking tears. Oh my God. What Tony?
And you really said that giving that CM unveiling that footage was perfect for the storyline. You are a fucking idiot. You know what? I'm getting to the point where, Tony, I know you listen to everyone's shit, so tell your little minions to find this part and come talk shit about our podcast and talk shit about us. Because I can tell you right now, you're fucking fumbling. You know, yesterday the main event of AEW was Will Ospreay versus Claudio, aka Cesaro, and that match was fucking heat, and no one gives a shit because Tony Khan's a fucking dumbass. This Sunday, Will Ospreay is wrestling Bryan Danielson, and no one cares because Tony Khan is butthurt that CM Punk lit their asses on fire still on the Ariel fucking podcast. Grow the fuck up. You know what, Tony? I'll quit my job right now if you let me be head booker. I will quit my job right now if you let me be head booker. Because Justin has stated we need you fuckers to be good because 2019 wrestling was ass.
Yes.
Roman Reigns was getting dog poop thrown on him, literally. Like,
yes.
Come on. We need y'all to be good. Trash asses. Now I remember my third winner. Gaethje and Max Holloway. There's some fucking real ones.
Oh my God.
The fact that Max Holloway, the 5th round, final 10 seconds, on some anime shit. No, we're going to come to the middle. Last 10 seconds, we're going to finish this. That is some of the realest shit I've seen on a UFC pay-per-view in my life.
That's one of the realest things I've seen ever.
Yeah.
Fuck this UFC. That shit was patently insane.
Right here. We're going
These
right
final
here.
10, he said, we're going to meet in the middle. No blocking, just throw hands.
I would not have gone in there.
And he said, and then, hey, shout out to Gaethje because he said, fucking, I'm in. And they just start swinging.
And then the bet, like, I saw, once I was done getting hype over when I saw that shit, because I was like, oh my God. I was like, Max, how wait, they even have to do that shit? You already want to fight. Like, you were going to win that shit. Like, you had the points. You even have to do that.
He said final 10, round 5. And he knocked him out with 1 second left. Bro, that was some real shit. Now that reminded me, sorry, there's another loser. Ronda fucking Rousey. Listen, bitch, I'm getting sick and tired of you talking this nonsense for no reason. No one is talking about you. Leave everyone the fuck alone.
She gotta stay relevant. No one's talking about her.
The fact that you said you got a concussion because you tripped on one stair, and that's the reason you lost, because you just can't be a woman and say you got your ass whooped. Get over yourself. My God. Jeez. Saying you're the greatest fighter who ever lived. You're not even the greatest woman fighter. You're not. So how are you, if you're not even the greatest fighter of your own sex, how are you the greatest fighter ever?
I thought I was ranting.
Oh, these people are starting to piss me off, man. Like, Ronda keeps talking shit. The fact she said also that she did not want to tap out to Becky Lynch at WrestleMania 35 because her mom would be disappointed. Who the fuck cares?
She does not understand the art of kayfabe.
Oh my God. And you won't do the fucking job. And then she had the nerve to say today that Logan Paul is getting special treatment. If I do remember, your first match was at WrestleMania. You got the real belt. Logan Paul is just a mid-card title. You got the women's championship because you broke Alexa Bliss's arm in 3 months, and you held that shit. And the only people you were losing to, you lost to your best friend on your way out. You did the favors for it, and you lost to the 4 horsewomen. You took Sasha's moment at the Royal Rumble where she put on a fucking show against you, and you're talking about special fucking treatment? Really? Okay.
I mean, she put Liv over and then took Liv's title and then destroyed the women's tag team division. So, you know.
Okay.
But she doesn't get special treatment.
That's all right. Special treatment.
That's Logan Paul.
She's just said that she's not making as much money as Logan Paul with the prime sponsorship.
Maybe if she was likable and not being such an asshole. My God. Let it be. Vince is gone. Triple H running things now. Life is good.
Fuck Logan Paul. Prime. Tasty drink.
Is it? I never had it.
Oh, shout out to Randy Orton kicking the dog shit of that dude at WrestleMania. Oh my God.
Speed? That's funny.
That man Spartan kick. But nah, Max Holloway and Gaethje, that's some real shit.
Thank you.
I'm done.
That was going to be one of my winners, but I forgot to. Thank you for saying that because we need the spot like that. I don't know.
And Pereira's a real one.
Oh, absolutely.
Pereira, see, the bad thing
is my nigga knocked him out, and he looked at him like, did that dude from fucking
that man hit him in the nuts, and Pereira waved the ref off and said, nah, I'm cool. Then knocked him out right after.
I'm good, Herb. I got him. Just watch.
You're a real one. And he wants to fight next month in his home country. I was like, brother, I don't know. Danny gonna let you do that. I had some real ones at 300. Can't wait to talk about that with Charles. But all right, Justin, I'm done. I don't got any more. Anyone else? Because if I keep looking at stuff, I'm gonna keep going off. So
I'm gonna add Don Staley, this class act.
Hey, yeah, Don Staley. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Shout out to Don, undefeated. It's freaking crazy. Dang, Justin over here looking like he's scouring the internet for more winners and losers. Unless his computer froze. Don Staley, that's a good one. That's a good one. Well, with that being said, thank you everyone for listening to this NFL draft special. It will be Justin's choice if we are back after the draft. Oh, and there he goes. He is gone. It'll be Justin's choice if we're back reviewing the draft. If JJ McCarthy really goes number 2, if there's some crazy trades, maybe the Saints trade up. Who knows? Maybe the Eagles do something. Who knows? Maybe the Browns. Well, they're not going to do shit. But maybe someone else will do something else. But with that being said, man, thank you everyone for listening to the L7C podcast. Signing out. Thank you for listening to this episode of the L7C podcast. Be sure to like, rate, review, and subscribe to the channel. Follow us on all social media platforms, and we'll be talking to you guys soon. Take care.